favorite time to drive. Sunset behind me. Heading east on the Chicago-Kansas City Expressway, US 24. I get on 72 east at 10 miles. It's a bigger road there. It's just a nice night for some road sounds. And I might say a thing or two, but I might chill and just let you listen to the road also. It's an absolute beautiful night, 48 degrees. Well, you know, at night like this, it's probably why I enjoy it so much. When the sun sets and you're still nice and fresh. Got your cup of hot coffee beside you. You get the feeling of something draws certain people to things, to certain vocations, like sailor, truck driver. It's the wandering Jones. It's that nomadic spirit. It's that Bedouin lifestyle that, to some people like myself, it calls to you. It says there's another road you haven't driven down. There's something you haven't seen. There's a person out there that has a story to tell you that you haven't heard. And this great country is so vast, from sea to shining sea indeed. I haven't even begun to cover the Midwest and Northeast. And this last month drove, well over 10,000 miles. It's a feeling of being a modern day space cowboy. You're in your bubble of light. The other spacecraft are coming up behind, coming up in front as you pass them, coming around beside you on the left, whizzing by on the right. White lights ahead, going the other direction. Red lights ahead, traveling with you. On all of these arteries, veins, and capillaries that supply the blood that this country needs. It's a marvelous system that we have, this Eisenhower Expressway system. It was made so that we could move military forces around this country quickly, I understand, and tax dollars, and there's a lot of things, whatever. But the system is great, and its use is so wonderful. This combustion engine, I don't know if you just heard her kick down, but it's a pretty big van, and the wind resistance, and I'm going uphill right now. Just kicked down into 5th gear. This is 6-speed. The internal combustion engine, this marvel, this thing that uses the absolute highest concentration of portable energy ever known to mankind. This crude oil that's refined into so many different things. In the case of this vehicle, gasoline. A lot of her bigger brothers and sisters are diesel. I don't know if I mentioned it or if anybody will ever watch this, but the truck, I call the truck Dee Dee, after my Aunt Dee Dee. She was also a bad bitch. She's not that Dee Dee the Chicken Slayer. In the rear window, there's a rubber chicken that I carried around on my BMW all over the United States. I hung him in the back. I think at one time he had a name, but I forgot what it is. Pollo Morta. The dead chicken. Well, 2.3 miles, I get on 72 East. And I'll let y'all ride for a little bit longer, 72. Might have a closing word or two. I always would like to have a word of encouragement for anybody that comes to this, for either the sound of my voice or what I say, or the sound of the wind, or the view of the highway going, whatever reason you come by, because you hate my guts, because you love me, because you would like Lily Dog, whatever it may be. I always want to offer a word of encouragement. Why? Because in this world, words of encouragement are so few and far in between. Many of us live our life as though nothing matters at all. Now, I'm not going to preach a different sermon than I usually do, which is, why should you care about my grandmother? Why should I care about yours? Well, you shouldn't really. And I mean that in the whole, what went down recently, and they're like, oh, grandma. My wife's side of the family, just lost a great matriarch. One day from 100 years old, so we consider her to have lived 100 years. She's gone. She didn't die of COVID, though. I said it out loud, whatever. She didn't die of that thing. Hope it'll pick that up and ruin me. But she had it twice, I believe, at least. She's a tough old bird. Wonderful old lady. Never spent a day in the hospital. I'm sure she'd been to the hospital in her life for various things, but all minor. And what I mean by that is she didn't live in a nursing home.
In half a mile, continue onto I-72 East, US 36 East.
I'll do that, Google. She didn't spend any time in a nursing home. She didn't spend any time in hospice. People like my wife and my cousins, my cousin, would go and help her do in the morning. Somebody go check on her at night, just to, but she wouldn't let nobody wash her dishes. I mean that. And in this world, we need encouragement.
Continue on I-72 East for 6 miles.
Maybe you shouldn't care so much about my grandma or her fate. Maybe I shouldn't care so much about yours, but we could encourage each other. We don't have to pretend that we're not somehow connected. While this person in front of me has no taillights, I just was coming up on him and it's like, wow, no taillights. At least they're getting off the highway. Daggone, no lights whatsoever. That is absolutely insane. But that said, hey, I mean, I don't know what. I'd be honest, in that situation, I would not drive down this highway with no lights. Which was probably about 35, 40. If I was going to do that, I would travel at road speeds and just stay in the lane and hope for the best because they could see him better. He was off to the anyway. I won't dwell on that because I hope that person's going to be all right. That was slightly insane. So anyway, encouragement. I listen to some people pretty regularly, and I don't always mention them because, necessarily, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, by hemming and hawing is, of course I don't agree with everything people say on the interwebs. And of course, some of the folks that I listen to on a daily basis, they're in some ways nutcases. But I listen to this one specific dude called Stick, Sex, and Hammer, 666. I mean, even the name makes me laugh because when I first started, I was like, "Wow, there's no way." And but listen to him. He's analyzes politics and current events. You could call him an influencer, I guess, but I'm not sure that he would like that term. He's an editor and he edits old works, I mean, very, very ancient works, and he edits them. And by that I mean he puts them in a model. He takes out the these and thous and strange words that we don't use anymore and replaces them only with synonyms. He doesn't change the meaning, and that's horrible. He sometimes talks about like what they wanted to do with Raoul Dahl and James the Giant Peach, and I can't remember who the latest one was. Oh, Agatha Christie. They're going to change some about the black guy grinning or something and some other stuff. They change stuff, so people's feelings don't get hurt. Look, A, the people whose feelings is going to get hurt don't read Agatha Christie. And B, people could use a little hurt feelings. Yes, this is the encouragement today. This is it. Your feelings are important to you, okay? And they should be important to those that love you. But we should also face the fact that other folks don't care how we feel. There should be no expectation of you caring about my feelings. It's just as simple as that. Not only online, but in the real world. You should be able to have whatever feelings you want, obviously. In fact, I should say you should be able to have, you are able to have whatever feelings it is that you want. Well, be prepared for it.
In 2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take the I-72 East exit towards Springfield, Pittsfield.
I'll do that, Google. Be prepared for him to be hurt. And then my advice to you is don't show it. Never let the bastard see you bleed. You hear me? Never. Keep your left up. Keep pumping it. Bam, bam. Keep putting that jab out. Never let the sucker see you stagger. Never let him see you bleed. Because that's what a champion does. A champion gets knocked down 10 times, and 10 times he gets up. A champion loses, yes, but he fights to the end. A champion never truly loses because a champion continues on in the game, and even after he retires, continues on in the game of life, and maybe in a new station, maybe in a new position. If you go into things and you worry too much about your own feelings and you expect other people to take consideration for how you might feel about a work of fiction that they wrote to entertain you, or a joke that they may have told to try to brighten up your day.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to take the I-72 East exit towards Springfield, Pittsfield.
Will do, Google. You're gonna have a sad life. There's gonna be a lot of times where your feelings are hurt. There's gonna be a lot of time where it's just going to make things
Use the
harder.
right 2 lanes to take the I-72 East exit.
So have feelings, everybody does, but guard them. Don't wear them on your sleeve. We used to say that when I was a kid, you know. A guy
Continue
wears,
for 128 miles.
I'll do that. We used to say that, you know, that person wears his heart on his sleeve, or that girl wears, her heart on her sleeve, which was just saying everybody knows exactly how they feel right away. Can it be a good thing? Well, I share what I'm thinking with you here often. Do little snippets about freedom, show you stuff like the Washington Monument and the World War I Memorial, and the Freedom Tower and all that, One World Tower, I should say, and these things, and we explore the United States together. And yeah, I'll throw in my 2 cents, but I want to be honest with you. There's only one thing that I ever say that I want you to remember. Everything else I've said today, meh. So what? It's the voice of one idiot, vibrating some fleshy chords in his throat, moving his mouth and tongue around to make a bunch of sounds. But that's what it is. And hey, if you can take something from it, then take from it. If you don't like it, then don't. And do that with everything. And remember, look, offense can never be given, only taken. All right, got that off my chest. This is what I want you to remember. Remember this. Be good to your friends. Be good to your family members. Be good to your loved ones. Be quick to say you're sorry. Be even quicker to accept an apology, especially when that thing your friend, family member, or loved one has done seems to be so huge you'll never be able to forget about it. Because constant viewers, my beloved riders, at a time you think not, your friends, your family members, your loved ones, your life, everything you hold dear, including your feelings, will depart from you. Have a great night.